Hi all, welcome to our channel BPO Coder. Today we are going to see how to create a pyramid called stacked 100 chart in VBA Excel. So to create this type of chart in VBA Excel, we require the data set in this format. So A will be our category and B will be our values for our category. So this is the sample data set from which we are going to prepare our pyramid called stacked 100 chart in VBA Excel. Now let's see how our output of the chart or the output of our code will look like. So as you can see over here, this is our output of our chart type pyramid called stacked 100 chart in VBA Excel. Now you can also see that we have the data labels, the data table and the data over here. So today we are going to see how to create this chart using VBA Excel, and I will be showing you that how to create this and how to code this type of chart in VBA Excel. So let's dive into our code for creating this chart and get a deep explanation of this chart. Also remember, there is a bonus trick at the end of this video, and please stay tuned so that you can get the bonus trick and you can excel your VBA skills in your office, etc. So let's dive into our code. So as you can see in front of our screen, that this is the code to create our pyramid called stacked 100 chart in VBA Excel. So this is the entire code, and we are going to dive into this code and understand what are the elements, what are the points, and what are the methods we are using to create this type of chart. Now let's get started. So first we will create a sub procedure called pyramid called stack 100. This will be the chart type, and after creating this sub procedure we will be selecting a single cell into our data frame. So this is our data and we are going to select a single cell inside our data first to create this type of chart. Now after selecting a single cell inside our data, we are going to use the with statement, and this is the nested with statement which I have used over here to create and position as well as set the chart elements and the chart title in this chart. Now what we are going to do is we are going to dive into the with statement as well as we are going to see what are the steps, and we are going to break down the code and understand what are the elements and the chart title or the methods which we are using to create this pyramid called stack 100 chart in VBA Excel. Now let's get started. As I said that we have to select a single cell inside our data from which we have to create this type of chart. So after selecting a particular cell inside our data, now we will be using a with statement which says activesheet.shapes.add chart2. So this will help us to create a blank canvas, or you can see a blank chart in VBA Excel. So after giving this command, we do have some parameters to be given inside this. So the parameters for this line of code will be the value of our chart. So you remember, each and every chart has its own value. So if you take an example of a bar chart, a pie chart, a line stacked, etc., all these charts has their own numeric value for creating their own chart, and this is very important to give. This parameter is really very important to give and to create a chart according to that type. So for pyramid call 100 stacked 100 chart, the value of that chart is 251, After giving this value, we will be giving the chart type, that what chart type, what's the name of the chart type we have to create. Then we will position our chart by saying top, left, height and width. So you can set this as per your convenience over here. As I've set the top as 220, left as 17, height as 310 and width as 480. Then I will select this chart. So what this positioning will do is this will place my chart over here in this place under my data set. Now after creating this, I will select my chart and I will do some actions with the active chart. So once I selected this chart will become the active chart in my VBA Excel programming. So I will use the another with statement inside this. So this is the main with statement, and you can say this is the parent with statement and this is the child. So inside this I will create another with statement which will say with active chart. So once I've selected the chart, that becomes my active chart. Now I will say with active chart what are things I have to do. So first thing, I want to set the element. So each and every parameters or each and everything inside the chart will be either a element or chart title or chart or values or the points or the data labels or series in your chart which you are creating. Each and every chart has their own set of element and data points and series of the data. Now I'm going to set the grid lines as none, as I don't want the grid lines in my chart. So what I will do, I will call the function as dot set element, as I will give the parameter as MSO element primary value grid lines as none. So this type of this line will be helpful for removing my grid lines. Then the next line says dot set element MSO element data label show. This will show my data labels. As you can see that these are the data labels as 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. So these are my data labels which I want to show in my chart. Then I will set another element using dot set element function inside VBA, and I will say my legends has to be on top. So if I want to keep my legends on top over here, I want to use or I have to use the MSO element legend top. So this will keep my legends on top. As you can see, B is my legend and it is on top of my chart. Now later on what I will be doing is I will be setting my data table in my chart which I'm creating right now. So to do that I will say dot set element MSO element data table show. So this will show my data table over here, as you can see, and it will create a data table and it will show you the data table inside the chart which we are creating right now. After doing that, what I will be doing is I will be setting my chart title and I'll be informing VBA Excel programming that yes, I do have the chart title inside my chart. So to do that, what I will be doing is I will use the dot hash title equals to true method over here. So once you set this hash title equal to true, this will create a space or a particular text box inside your chart, and after that you have to say that dot chart title dot text. So this will be the input of your chart name. So this command will help you to insert your chart name. So to do that you will say dot chart title dot text equals to, then after that you have to give your chart title, whatever title you want to set over here. This is an example of this chart, so I've written pyramid called stacked 100 chart in VBA Excel. After doing that we will close the with statement inside it. So this entire with statement will help us to set the elements and the chart title inside our chart. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to set the positions of the data labels. So as you create this chart, without setting this position, your chart position, your data label positions will be somewhere in middle of your chart over here. But to present it visually well, we are going to set our data labels on top. So to do that, we will use with active chart dot full series collection 1. So these are the collections of the data or collection of series which we have to show inside our chart. So we will use this command line as with active chart dot full series collection 1. Then we will get the each and every data point. So each and every data, let's say the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, all these are the data points inside this entire category, the B column over here. As you can see in this chart, in this table, this is the entire series, a collection of series over here, and within that collection of series we are setting only one data point over here and setting that as a label on top of our chart over here. So this goes on, and to do that, what we will be doing is we will say dot points 1. So this will be the first point, and what we have to do with this first point, we have to set this as the data label, and then where we have to set it, the position should be top. So we are saying that dot points 1 dot data label dot top equals to, and we are giving the position of this chart. So 68.814 will be the position of 10 over here, which will show inside your chart. Now we will be doing the same thing for rest of our data points using this with statement. Now let's say if you have this is the 10 points which we have given it manually, but let's say if we have hundreds of thousands of data points altogether, so how we will be able to position this in our data inside our chart, and we will be showing the same amount of data or the same type of chart inside VBA using this code. So to do that, we have a bonus trick right now, and I'll be showing a bonus trick which will help you to do that in within seconds and in the more effective way. If you have like thousands of hundreds of data and you have to present that, then you can easily do that with that trick. Now let's see what that bonus trick will do and how will it be helpful for us to create the data points into our series. So let's dive into it. So as I said that there will be a bonus trick after watching this video at the end of this video. So as I said, so this is the bonus trick over here. So let's say if I have more than 10 data points in my data set, so what I can do, how I can place these points into my data set. So to do that, we will use the for loop using with statement. Also, what we are doing over here is this is the, instead of writing the entire code or assigning this points, setting this positions of these points manually, what we are doing is we are using a for loop into it, and using the for loop, the benefit of this for loop inside the with statement will be the plus point for us to effectively align our data labels in our chart. So say for an example, if we have hundreds or thousands of data labels has to be placed inside our chart, then we can do it by incrementing. So say for an example, I have hundreds of data, so just I have to put 100 point over here, and automatically each and every data point will be assigned by itself by using this loop. So what this code is doing is, first we are assigning or declaring a variable called I as an integer using the dim statement. And then after using the dim and using I as an integer, what we are doing is we are again using the with statement, which says with active chart dot full series collection 1. So we are taking this line of code entirely over here, and then we are using a for loop inside it to assign these values and to look at chart effectively. So for that I'm using a for loop inside the with statement over here using for, and I'm using this variable declared by me as I equals to, and I'm assigning the value of I from 1 to 10. So as you see, I have total 10 data points over here, and I'm assigning these data points in my loop. So I'm saying that okay, my loop should run 10 times, and what my loop has to do, I'm assigning inside the loop. So what my loop will do is it will go and take the each and every points inside my table or the data which I'm using to create this chart. So that will be, and it will assign the data label on top over here automatically, and it will use this value as the position of this point to set up as a data label, and then it will go again and loop it for the next time using this next I statement. Then I will be closing the end with statement over here, and I will close this with statement over here. So this will make my work efficient and code more effective to create a pyramid called stacked 100 chart in VBA Excel. After creating this, after doing all this operation, I will close the end with statement mainly, which this is the main end, this is the main with statement over here, and I will close this. After closing it, what I'll be doing, I will selecting a range or a cell in my worksheet to deselect my active chart, because over here as you see we have selected a chart and we have done certain operations in my chart using this. After that, after completing all the operations of our chart or inside a chart, we will be closing the, or we will be deselecting our chart using range a1 dot select. You can select any cells instead of a1, but make sure you have empty cell selected, because that will be the safest thing in the data or the programming which you can say. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching till the end, and I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel BPO Coder, like, share and comment for another video. And if you have any better ideas from watching this or apart from this video, please do share in the comment. We'll see you soon in our next video with a new type of chart in VBA Excel. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.